Welcome back to the gentle, powerful Lisa O'Hare.
Graceful. Thank you very much for having me back. I'm going to open this set because I'm joined by my niece as my hype person, and she inspired this poem called "The Kids Are Alright." Don't believe everything you read on the internet, my niece says to me with a withering look. And as the kids say, I was shook and speechless. The kids are alright and they can teach us to get a grip, equip ourselves to stay more grounded, check if those facts are unfounded, and question the grapevine chatter. And remember that not everything online actually matters. Thank you, Georgia. And I have a section in the book that's dedicated specifically to Manchester. And this one, Manchester, is the case against nostalgia. This is not a poem filled with nostalgia. It will not once mention the hacienda. Except just then. I wasn't even there. So no, this poem is set in the present. On a luminescent night, rain-soaked paving stones shine bright electric grey like dance mat pads, bouncing back lights beaming from those massive LED ads as trams weave past. A brand new band plays in this bar without a cliche in sight. The bar might be a future institution, and the band's eyes are locked firmly on evolution of their art. Both are busy starting something that no one else has even imagined until they did it, like magic. A momentary or a future classic, doesn't matter. It happened, and you can't flatten talent. That's the only constant towering over this town, and you either have it or you don't. And a crowd of just a few see that this band do. And they become nostalgic in real time, memorizing a future gift to themselves who will one day revel that they were here and they tore themselves apart from going to that retro bar, because now they've made their own nostalgia. And they promise they won't wear it as a point to be scored, but instead as a reminder to keep opening the doors that lead to more magic. Thank you. Yes, that poem's dedicated to events just like this and all of the kind of grassroots events that happen all across the whole of Manchester. And this is another poem all about Manchester. It's called "It Is Us." Steel glass structures sitting beside red brick. Rough and ready laugh at the slick on the streets of patchwork pavements, concrete's cracks to show cobbles below, wobbles that reveal its stronger soul. Like us, it can be a mess, all just a work in progress. Regrets, it's had a few, but let's face it, so have you. And sometimes it shows guts, and sometimes it just bluffs, gets lazy, relies on cliches, and whilst people may arrive for them, it is never why they stay. If you didn't grow up here, or you simply can't escape, we all agree on one thing: Piccadilly Gardens is a state. But maybe it just represents a mistake, and we all make those every day. Perfection isn't the Mancunian way. It's experimenting and not giving a shit. It's making things happen and relying on wit like the toast rack building. It is contradictions. It's squinting from sun, bouncing off steel. Moments later, dark clouds reveal rain. It's hard to explain exactly why it makes us feel this way. How it's not just a place, it is a feeling that reminds us of what we love and every mistake we've ever made. Whole hearts on display, light and shade, every tram delay. New starts and decay, the first time we heard that song get played, the first time they stayed, and that time they left us behind. But just like this place, we've survived. This place just constantly adjusts, and that's what makes it just like us. Thank you. So I've got a section, as well as the sad poems and poems like about Manchester, I've got a silly section because I loved silly poems as a child, and yeah, here's a few of those ones. This one's called Driving Miss Hazy. I used to be embarrassed when people saw me singing in traffic jams, especially beside a busload of rowdy away fans, but then I remember one day we will all just be dust, and suddenly their laughter leaves me nonplussed. I no longer look away, quiet, quite the opposite. I let my imagination run riot. From steering wheel to record deal, I see my name in bright lights. Only when I'm driving do I feel this free. Tonight I'm gonna sing behind the wheel. I get into my groove and the car barely moves. So now when I see a sideways glance / stare, I just let them keep looking, because I'm having so much fun, I don't really care. Thank you. So now we've got to know each other, I'm just going to do a little bit of a confessional poem. It's a lament to Doritos. It's been 7 days since my last Dorito. The toxic orange residue has almost left my fingertips, and the salt levels in my bloodstream are simply high, not stratospheric. I keep seeing triangles where I have never noticed them before. My house keys, the buttons on the microwave at work, the shape of comfort is haunting me. Toblerones trigger me, but not the grab bags. You can't put your hand in and shove several of those in your face in one go. If I had to unwrap each Dorito though, the attraction would wear off. But Doritos have probably heard that the planet's burning just like their chili ones, so they don't do that. They know how to lure me in. And it is like Craig David said, you can change a lot in 7 days. So I put the bag in the bin on Tuesday. I walked past the crisp aisle on Wednesday. And on Thursday and Friday and Saturday, even managed Sunday, I ate my last one last Monday. It has been 7 days since my last Dorito, and I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. Thank you. I'm going to leave you with one more, and I wrote it especially the first time I came here. I hope you enjoy it. It's all about the pre-match buzz, the you coming with us and where should we meet, even if it's always the same place as last week. Grab a pre-match pie, just don't question the meat. Wash it down with 1 or 2 whilst you argue over who should play. Manifest your team of dreams while you're checking in on fantasy leagues. Stop to laugh at that lad's new hair. Notice a nice coat on someone who suddenly must have a few quid to spare. Hearts on sleeves in the shapes of islands of stone, and there's always one who loves to moan. As we get ready to rile the tiny tempers of the opposition's defenders, we bring the scars out, we chat positions and how we hope the ref doesn't get his cards out. We're praying it won't rain, or at least not enough to stop play again. It's routines of hope, surrounded by people you know even if you never spoke. It's sussing out interlopers, it's knowing nods as you take seats, it's the moments between the total belief in the team and the whistle blowing. That's when there is no controlling over what happens next, but no matter what the score, it's the pre-match buzz that will always bring you back for more. Thank you, you've been a pleasure.